So Larissa, this year the standards have changed to Common Core standards, but our writing test isn't changing. It's going to stay the same. And part of the reason is because it does have a lot of the same elements of the Common Core standards, but there are some differences. The writing standards now are more about argument and text-based evidence, whereas the current writing test has a prompt, which asks you to respond to the prompt. So with that in mind, how are you adjusting your rubric and your assessment for writing with this unit?
Well, I adapted the rubric. Our initial rubric that we had been using at my school was adapted from a Dade County resource, again from Matt Jelly and Tom Randolph up there. But I adapted it again, and the rubric, as you can see, still does the 4 key areas utilized in the writing test: style, ideas, conventions, and organizations. Very teacher-friendly. It comes up with a total number of points, which corresponds to sort of a writing test score. It's useful for students because they can really see how their grade came about on this essay, which I find beneficial. Kids always want to know, well, how did you count my grade? So it's sort of a check-off rubric, but I adapted it and added in places for indications of, is textual evidence present? What has the writer done stylistically to make the essay effective? Are the 7 key sentences there, if that's how many key sentences there are for that particular essay? And I adapt the rubric for each essay and for each prompt.
So if the student covers all of these elements, you'll know that they have covered what they need for the writing test, because those elements are still evident, and you're still teaching those elements, but you're adding those key objectives that are sort of central to the writing
and part
standards.
of those learning goals that we started out with in the beginning.
Which you derive from those writing standards.
Yes.
Okay, and did you know that there's some resources online, actually, we've created a document that has a flow about how to transition from the old writing test to what's going to be coming up with the PARC test. So it gives some ideas about how to make that bridge. So that's on the assessment page in the Georgia Standards, not Georgia Standards, in the Godot website. So that does it for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you coming and taking your time to share your work with us. Your students are very fortunate to have you as their teacher. And we
I hope they agree with that.
I'm sure they do. And we appreciate you joining us, and we hope you join us again for one of our other Common Core Tools webcasts.